Who would have thought you could eat flowers? Well, this just shows the city boy inside me, doesn't it? I didn't have a clue. I probably went to some fancy restaurant and had some flowers garnished on my salad, and I thought, what are they? Why are they there? Just a bit of decoration. And somebody said to me, no, you can actually eat them, and they were delicious. So in this video, we're going to be looking at nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are great. I love growing them. I've grown them for years. They're really multi-purpose. They're easy to grow, healthy for you, tasty, and they're great companion plants. You know, that means they're going to deter insects from eating maybe your other more prized vegetables. And they've got this beautiful array of flowers, oranges, pinks, red, white, yellow. Almost, I'm not sure, maybe the stem's edible as well, but certainly the flowers, seeds and leaves are, and they've got this sort of mild mustard, peppery, crest-like flavour, so they pair well with other things. You wouldn't want to eat too many of them on their own, but they pair really well. So how do you grow nasturtiums? Well, they're actually not that fussy. They will grow in poor soil. Has to be free draining though. Although I have grown them on clay soil that's been worked over the years, it's still definitely not completely free draining, but heavy clay they probably wouldn't do so well on. You could direct sow them in the ground, and they're annuals, but they are really, prolific growers. They are self-seeding. I've planted some years ago and they keep popping up. But you can, obviously it's better to grow them in pots because you extend the growing season, because you can't put the seeds out really until the last frost has ended, which would be sort of end of May. Whereas if you start them off in the greenhouse, you could be starting them, as early as March. And of course, the other thing is when you're weeding, if you put the seeds in too early, you could dig up the seeds. So again, that limits how much time you can grow them. They do tend to grow until November before when the frosts in winter start hitting, then they'll die off, but they will just keep growing and growing if you have a very mild winter. They prefer full sun, but they will grow in partial shade, and you'll be planting them out about a foot, about 30 centimetres apart. Despite what I've read or what may be on the packet, you can actually plant these out until as late as August, and I do like to know what's the absolute latest date when you can plant a plant, because I'm always usually running behind and I want to know if I can still get something out. So yeah, definitely I have planted them in August before. And when you put the seed in the soil, they should germinate within 7 to 10 days. So if they haven't done that by then they're probably a dud. You can then harvest the seeds, leaves and flowers from June to August. That's the best time. You can harvest them at other dates, but that's the best tasting time. And then you can collect the seeds for replanting from September to November, because they're definitely past their most edible and more suitable for growing. Here you can see I've collected a bunch of leaves in a plant pot. Now, not only do you want to hit the peak period for the flavour, so June to August, but you also want to pick the smaller of or each of those items, so the smaller seeds, the smaller leaves and the smaller flowers, because what I find is they tend to, obviously, like any plant, they get a bit chewier as they get bigger, a bit tougher, and it takes quite a lot of chewing before you can get through to the peppery flavour. So the younger, the smaller elements of the plant are the better. Any parts of a nasturtium plant are best used fresh. For example, putting them in a salad, just make sure you pair them with sweeter greens and vegetables rather than bitter ones, because you won't get a nice balance because of that peppery kick. You can garnish pizzas, soups. You can stuff them with cheese, just like a courgette flower, or you can pair them with other foods like seafood and so on. They work really well. Now, if you guys are anything like me, you're going to be always preparing for the zombie apocalypse, which is definitely coming. So we want to be looking at preserving this. Now, as I said, it doesn't quite retain the peppery kick that you get when you eat it fresh. So it's always better to do that, but we're going to give it a go with several different recipes. You can do things like nasturtium mustard, hot sauce, vinaigrette, butter, fermented seeds / capers, you call them capers if you want, pickled seeds, capers, and some pesto. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do if you want to use it dried is to obviously dehydrate it. So we can put them in the greenhouse like this, laid out on some black trays so they absorb more sunlight, and they end up looking like this after not too long in the summertime. You could also put them into a dehydrator. Alternatively, sandwich them between 2 bits of paper towel and run them through the microwave for about 1 to 2 minutes, hopefully without burning your house down. I'd keep an eye on them if I were you. You can then grind it down with a spice or a pepper mill or a pestle and mortar and basically use it as a black peppercorn replacement. or obviously you can use the parts of the plant fresh. So here's some Nasturtium pesto I made, and some apple cider vinegar infused with nasturtium leaves. Obviously you could turn that into a vinaigrette or just have the pickled leaves. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I hope it's been useful. I hope you enjoyed it and it's given you some inspiration to grow this super easy plant, super versatile. I'll be making loads more videos on permaculture, food growing, EV, sustainability, fixing things and so on. If you have liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers, bye.